Hey guys, it's Jessica and I am back with a video, and I thought I would take you along with the journey of trying to make paper. And I started it the night before, and I took some of my daughter's old homework and I tore it into tiny little pieces, and I added it to this Rubbermaid container where I covered it with water and then added about a quarter cup of bleach. The idea behind adding the bleach is that I wanted to see if I could remove some of the black ink that was printed on the paper, because I didn't want my paper to turn out gray. Now, this is the next day where the paper had been soaking for about 14 hours, and it's 100% true what they say. The longer your paper soaks, the easier and better your paper product will end up being. And then I have another larger Rubbermaid container filled with water, and I went to Walmart and bought a blender that was really cheap and dedicated it solely to making paper. So I added my soaked paper as well as a little bit of water to the blender and ended up with this pulp. And they say what you want it to look exactly like oatmeal, and I felt like this looked a lot like oatmeal. So now I'm going to take my pulp and add it to the Rubbermaid of water and then just start stirring it around. The idea behind stirring it around is you're now getting that pulp to kind of disintegrate and mix in more with that water so it's not so concentrated. And I am wearing gloves because I did add that bleach. Normally you wouldn't need to wear gloves unless you're adding some sort of chemical to it. So now I did take some microfiber cloth towels that came in my kit, and then this is the 8.5 by 11 mold and decal, and I am just going to be dropping it in that container of water with the pulp that I made. And you just slowly move it around and lift it up, and you will see a very thin layer of pulp on your screen. I have found that if I tip the mold and decal, I can get more water off of it. And the less water you have on your paper and on the mold and decal, the faster your paper will dry. So now you just open up that screen, and I will very slowly and gently turn it over onto the microfiber towel. And now that paper is laying down. And this is where you have to be extremely careful, because this is where your paper will tear, it will move, it will do all sorts of things. So you basically have to handle it with kid gloves. So now I am taking a sponge that came in my kit, and I am just going all up and down that screen. So I don't know if you can tell here, but the actual paper is against the microfiber towel and against the screen, and I am just pressing down on the screen, trying to suck out some of that water with the sponge. I did enlist the help of my teenage daughter to help with this recording process, so if it's a little shaky, it's just because she was holding the phone. So now I'm going to start lifting up the frame a little bit to see if I have soaked up enough water that paper will release from the mold and decal. And you can see that I didn't quite get all of it dry, because a piece of it did rip off. And I'm showing you here that you do need to be careful, because some hair, I don't know if it was mine or my dog's, ended up in the paper. But this is the finished product, and I will be back to show some up close and some tips and tricks on this paper. And thank you guys so much for watching and for being here.